My father told me two things. He said, you shouldn't realize all your dreams, because then you don't have any left. And I think of that very often. And he said, also, don't tell people all your dreams, because then it's not yours anymore. So I try to live after that, after what he said. I have many, many dreams, and some of them I will try to make real at one point, but some of them I probably will never even try. But many of my dreams has come true. I mean, I got to play with Herbie Hancock, with Michael Brecker, with Randy Brecker, with Pat Metheny, with Esbjörn Svensson, with so many great musicians. I started to play drums because my brothers played drums in the in the orchestra, in the marching band at home. My father played the cornet. So to me it was very natural to play drums, but then I think it was at the age of 13 we practiced so much, me and my brothers, in the backyard, and we lived on a farm, though my father was not a farmer, and we scared the cows to death almost. So they stampeded and they destroyed the whole, our garden. They destroyed everything, and we had to pick him up like many miles away with the tractor. And after that my mother said, hey man, this is enough. You gotta stop. At least one of you has to stop to play. And I was kind of finished with drums anyway. And the next day there was a trombone standing in the hallway that my father was supposed to repair. And I'm curious, so I packed it up and put it together, and probably the wrong way. I probably did put it like this. But anyway, I tried it and I liked it. So I asked my father to show me some when he came back from work, which he did, and yeah, it felt good. So I said, I want to play trombone. And the first trombone player I knew who it was. His name was Lawrence Brown. He played in Duke Ellington's band. My father said, listen to this guy, he's special. So I did, and he was special, and it was easy to recognize him. So that was my first influences, and then suddenly the Beatles showed up.
Turen och The Beatles hjälper också med i drop-in-signaturen.
1963 on television in Sweden. And I totally freaked out. I was 7 years old, and that was a big thing. And that kind of changed the map of what I'd like musically. But at that time I didn't play any other instrument than drums anyway. And later, one day when I came back from picking strawberries, I lived in a strawberry picking area, so that we had to do that summertime. I came back home and there was this record with some hairy guy playing the guitar. It looked like really weird. My brother had bought it. I put it on, and there was Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? And then there was another totally flipped out experience, and it took yet another turn in my life musically, because then suddenly Jimi Hendrix became the new thing to listen to. Then everything changed again, because I couldn't play all those. I couldn't play with Jimi Hendrix or the style of Jimi Hendrix. I couldn't play like Beatles, because this was not considered a pop instrument. So I started to just try to learn the instrument. And after a while, my teacher started a big band, the school big band. So I got the chance to play big band charts and to try to play solo. And it really, really sucked. we had to sing in school, but that was we sang all those hymns. We had to learn them, you know, by heart. And if we didn't know them, our teacher slapped us on the head with a book. So mostly I knew my hymns from heart, but it was no fun. So I didn't learn anything from it. Later on, as I played in a lot of orchestras, like youth orchestras and stuff, I think I started to think in those terms that it would be nice to, at some point, sing a little bit. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. And when I went to music gymnasium, we had some kind of vocal something. But I got very, very bad points because my voice is very, you know, the way it is. And my teacher said, just because your voice is so, whatever he would call it, you can only get very bad points. First time I saw you, it was the way you spoke. You stole my heart. When I got the chance to perform with a group called Little Mike and the Sweet Soul Music Band in 1983, I didn't sing, I screamed. Anyway, that was my first encounter with singing and getting some kind of success with it. Even though I really did not sing, I screamed. I made a record in London in 1985, and I could sense from the start that those guys that produced it, they didn't like me at all. And I had really a hard time. And I cried when the record came out because I thought it sounded so terrible. But it turned out that a lot of people liked it, and we went on tour and we changed some things, and it made it fun again. And actually at the same time I recorded another record with Bengt Arne Wallin, who is the Swedish, like, grandfather of modern Swedish jazz. He was the first guy, together with Jan Johansson, to combine folk music and jazz. I think he's 84 today. He's still the absolute hippest jazz musician in Sweden. And he has such a fantastic way of making music. And I asked him if he would like to make a project together with me. And I wanted to call it Miles from Duke. So I wanted to combine I mean, it's a play with words, of course, but I wanted to combine those two worlds with his world. The Miles Davis influences that I had with Duke Ellington and Bengt Arne Wallin. He said to me later, he said, who the hell is this cocky guy coming up and telling me what to do? But he did it. He wrote music for me, and we recorded it, and the music was released, and it was a fantastic experience to work with him, with a big orchestra, and I still work with Bengt Arne.